BassResinator here. I don't usually do things that are on the gory side, so I want to remember some of my favorite cartoons. One of them was Peanuts, you know, the Charlie Brown characters and stuff. And when they had their Halloween special, it was so funny because Charlie Brown would well, the easy thing to do for a costume at that time was just put a sheet over your head and cut 2 holes for your eyes. Well, Charlie Brown kind of messed that up. Had like 20 holes in it, and he couldn't quite get them right. So everywhere he went, he got a rock. They didn't give him any candy. But then there was another kid named, well, his nickname was Pigpen, and he always had a cloud of dust. So this ghost is Pigpen. It's already dusted some dust. I used Let's Resin Brown, and I also mixed in Let's Resin Brown for this pot of resin for this thing. This is hat, witch's type hat, or the one like the one on Harry Potter, and had a little buckle on there. It has a belt, but I didn't color that in, but I colored the buckle with Let's Resin Intense Chameleon Gold. And this one, and this is gonna, I'm just gonna pour brown. These I'm gonna pour white, but I decorated that one already. I decorated this one because this is a little ghost type of thing on top of a pumpkin. So I dusted the bottom part with orange from the Let's Resin. This is from the, well, actually tangerine from the Let's Resin 36 colors. And then to mix up the white, I used that's over here in this, well, you can't see it right now, it's right there. It's a pot of white, and I used white for that. Now on this one that the hat goes on top of, it's got a cute little face, and he's got a little magic wand, and I dusted that with gold and brown for the wand part. Okay, so I'm using Bondcrafter Deep Pour, and I know I'm probably going to have problems up here around the lip of this hat. So I'm wondering if, because resin goes where resin has already been. So I'm wondering if I do this and just go around twisting it so that I can make sure it'll get all the way to that edge. And I didn't know how much this would hold, but I'm thinking it's going to hold quite a bit. So I mixed up 9 ounces. That may be way too much. We'll find out. And if I need something else brown, then I will look for it post haste. You know, I'm doing this and I'm thinking I'm going to run out of room, and I'm not going to feel comfortable because this pot that I have with the white mixture in it is a flimsy pot. Let me put that guy over there so I can do this. I think I'm going to have way more brown than I needed. But I couldn't do this in art coat because it is way too deep. Okay, so fill up. I can see, well, this is easy to see where the resin didn't go. Right there. So now I gotta go squeezing on a jet plane. I shouldn't have filled this up so much. Let me put this over here. I should not have filled it so deep. I shouldn't have filled it so deep. Whoa. There's a little bubble there. Come on out. I don't want to squeeze too much and have it come over the top. Come on. Okay. I'm thinking Okay, got that one. Did you see that? Just lifted a little bit, and out he came. Now I like this mold. It's kind of on the sturdy side. Come on, come on. There you go. Way to go. Oh, there's still a little one over there. I can see it right there. Just keep turning, turning all about. Turning all about. I got that one. Oh, I got one. There was two. There, got him. I think I got them all. I'm thinking though I have, see these little jobbies? These little specks? I'm thinking those might be micro bubbles. If I can work them to the center. And maybe they will just not accumulate under there. I don't know if those are micro bubbles or not, but methinks they are. Okay, so back you go. Oof. Okay, that's as domed as I can get it now. It's going to sink as it, it's going to shrink as it cures. Hopefully there are no, hopefully those aren't little bubbles. That's just colorant. Hope. Okay, I still have 4 ounces. Have to figure something out to do. Okay, now, like I said, this one is a very flimsy pot. I have about 16 ounces poured in here. Hopefully that's enough. Ooh, look at that white. Okay, I need to go around the bottom. I can color the eyes after I get it out with markers. Now this one with the pig pen coloring, I'm going to save it for last, because if I run out of white, I can always pour a little bit of that brown in there too. That one I should have put some more eyes on so that it looked like Charlie Brown. And this mold, these three molds are very wobbly. And that's why I have this paper down. Yeah, you know what? That one may just be a brown one, because I don't have much white left over. This type of silicone sticks to the silicone mat that I have underneath the paper. Okay, I will pour the last of the white in here. And then I've got that brown. Good thing Bondcrafter sent me the 3 gallons instead of 1.5 gallons. I'd be running out about now. This is going to be like chocolate milk. That's okay. It's pig pen. These are a type of silicone, these 3 right here, that are made for candles, I believe. And so they're really easy to unmold things, but they fall over. I have one big one, and it's a corgi, and it's about 6.5 inches long and thick. And I tried pouring that with resin. Oh, I had a superior mess. Oy. Okay, I'll come back to you when these cure up. Looking good so far. You know those little things that I said look like micro bubbles went away? Yes. Okay, good. Okay, we'll see ya. Okay, these cured up, and right when I went to go to pull it out, pull stuff out, my time for a new glove. Okay, I pulled out the little container because I wanted to do the face on the pot. And I thought, well, since I'm doing that, let me check the other one too. And I also was allowed, I also took the opportunity to weigh them to see exactly how much resin goes in it. So now I have 6 ounces. That's how much the pot holds. And the lid also takes 6 ounces. So what I did was I used some UV red resin and some UV black resin to put the face on there. Look at that. Cool, huh? And look at the hat. And there were no bubbles. You know, I was concerned about there being micro bubbles around the bottom. And I guess I got them all. And I also sanded, and I didn't finish dusting that off of there. No, let me take care of that. I sanded around the bottom because this part right here, because it was sharp. But yeah, cool little thing, huh? I don't know what it's supposed to be, but maybe a ghost, maybe, I don't know. It's cute. That's what I was going for. And that hat is really kind of cool looking. And I decided not to color in the hat band. My grandma, oh my word, she had some of the craziest statements. And one of them was, and I don't know who these people are, but she came up with, that's odder than Dick's hat band. Well, I don't know who Dick was, and I don't know what his hat band looked like, but that's not odder than Dick's hat band. That's kind of cute. Okay. Let's go with the pumpkin one. And that's got a sharp edge on it too. I'll have to sand that down. So that orange came out, or it was actually tangerine colored, but which is orange. Came out very pale, which is kind of cool looking. Now these type of molds are usually not very difficult to unmold or demold because they're made for wax. Now there's the jack-o'-lantern face, and there's the pumpkin. Now, get up here a little higher, and we'll see the ghost faced. Aha! Now, and those are deep indentions, which makes it perfect for me to be able to put in some black UV resin. First, let me get this edge off so that I don't cut any more of my gloves. We'll call this guy Linus because he, in the Halloween special for Peanuts, he stayed out in the Great Pumpkin Patch waiting for the Great Pumpkin. I think he got his holidays mixed up because he was expecting the Great Pumpkin to bring him all kinds of gifts. No, that's not Santa. Okay, now got the most of the sharp things off. Do a little bit of sanding. It's 120 grit, so it's not going to take off too much. You go a lower number like 80 or 40, it'll take off a bunch in a hurry. But that's not what I want. I just wanted it to, yeah, get those sharp edges off. And then microfiber cloth. Ta-da! Okay, now let's go this guy's first. You know what? I ought to put glow in the dark. I'm going to. Okay, just the eyes. Now this black UV resin is really black, so you gotta be careful you don't go too deep with it, because if you go too deep it won't cure because it's so opaque. It's from Counterculture DIY. However, it's hard to find it in stock. It goes out of stock so fast. So what you do is you put a little thin layer in, cure it, and then put another layer on, and it'll get even darker. But you know, jack-o'-lanterns, a lot of people, at least here in the United States, I don't know what they do in other places, they carve out the pumpkin, carve a face on it, and then they put a candle down inside so that it flickers and stuff. So I'm gonna try and get glow in the dark powder on it. There, got those. And then I'll put this under a bigger lamp later on. I'm just using this right here to basically hold it in place. But Linus didn't dress up in a costume. He just went out and sat in the pumpkin patch. Only to be disappointed that the great pumpkin didn't show up. This one needs just a touch more. Okay, I'll come back to you when I mix up some resin with UV powder in it. Okay, I mixed up some blue. Doesn't look blue, but it'll glow blue. Can't see it yet, but it's gonna look cool. If I could hold it. Stay there. Oh no, missed. Okay, let me try and cure that right now before I go any further. Well, got a little bit outside the eye. Bummer. But it's glowing. We do one eye at a time. Goodness, that flashlight turned over on me. Since this has a bend in it, the shape of the roundish pumpkin, you've got to take that into account. I'm going over here so I don't cure the other part in the little pot that I have below there. Woohoo! That looks cool. Put that over there so I don't cure it by accident. And then maybe I can scrape some of that other off of his face. Or just leave it. I'm not worried about it. Or, since I'm that way, can't leave well enough alone, are you not? It's going down inside the glove that's where it's torn. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, put a little spray of alcohol on there. Let's see if I got it cleaned up. Some. It's better than it was. I can see where I need to go. Still right. It's like he's got baggy eyes. What am I doing? Okay, I'll come back to you when I finish this. It'll look really nice. Okay, while that's under the lamp, let me get these other guys out. Came out relatively easy, and he just has a spot for eyes, and looks like I'm gonna have to scrape the bottom on that as well. Let me get this going for the eyes. Do one at a time, and maybe I learned from my pumpkin thing not to try too much at once. When I'm done with these, I'll be able to get some good pictures out on the table. Oh, big old bubble came out there. So yeah, if you are a subscriber of mine, thank you so very much for subscribing. If you are not, it's very easy to do. Just go down below the video screen that you are watching, and there's a button that says subscribe. Click that and follow the instructions. And while you're there, click the little bell icon. That way you'll be notified anytime I do something new. And then this channel does have memberships if you are wanting to help out in that way. I'll put this guy underneath and put that on for, it'll go for 120 seconds when I do it that way. And I got a little glow in the dark thingy. But if you want to be a channel member, just click the word join down there at the bottom and follow the instructions there. You don't have to, but if you want to, that's fine. Okay, now this was Pigpen. This is definitely a brown ghost. A little browner than I was hoping to be, but you know, when I ran out of the white, well, this is what I get. Oh, look at that. There's a little flange of stuff. I guess that was faulty in the mold. Now this is going to be fun because these bend. I mean, it doesn't bend, but it goes, there's an arc on it from the shape of the head. Okay, go down in there. This one reminds me of Scooby-Doo when they'd have those weird ghost things floating around the mouth shape. And that's exactly the sound it made. And if you didn't watch Scooby-Doo when you were growing up, go watch some reruns. Pretty funny. if you recognize a voice, it's Casey Kasem doing the voice of Shaggy. Casey Kasem was the guy that did the back in the 70s, they would do a thing on Saturday mornings, and it played rock and roll music and doing like the top 40 type of stuff, and he'd come out and talk. Okay, I don't think I can go very much. These are not as deep as the other ones, so, but you can definitely see what's going on, so don't need to go any deeper. Roll down to the bottom there. Roll down the bottom. Do-do-do-do-do-do. There we are. You've heard of the green ghost? Now we got the brown ghost. And what I started to tell you at the very beginning of this video is there was a story of a little kid that his parents didn't want him to be anything scary on Halloween. And he says, I want to be a ghost. And they said, no, ghosts can be scary. And he goes, no, I'm not. I'm going to be the Holy Ghost. And they said, what? And so he'd go up to people's doors and go, boo, I'm the Holy Ghost, instead of saying trick or treat. So yeah, some innocence there. But I'll come back to you with some closing shots, and I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I don't usually do Halloween type stuff when it's all scary and gory and stuff. I'm not into that. But the innocence of kids dressing up in costumes and stuff. We used to do things at church, and we dress up as Bible characters. And okay, just to let you know, I went as John, the Apostle John. And what was my costume? I wore a toilet seat over my head. They said, who are you? And I said, John. They're like, oh, only you. Yep. Okay, now let's see about the glow on that one's face. Oh, come on, go off light. Yay! I got it cleaned up good enough. There's where I spilled a little bit, and there's that other. Okay, I will have some pictures of these guys, and if you clicked the bell icon, you'll come back and see me when I have something else out. See ya.